Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right into it. This is Final Destination 6 Bloodlines. I'm going to give you the entire storyline. I'm going to go from the beginning to the end. I'll let you decide, do you like this or not? I saw the film last year. I think it's a top 3 film in the Final Destination franchise. Top 3. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it now. A Caucasian couple is going to Skyview. Iris and Paul. Iris starts to sense some things are wrong. A kid grabs a penny from the water in which the security guard warns him not to do. The knucklehead doesn't listen and proceeds to retrieve the coin. The couple go up in the elevator that leads to the tower. The elevator has glass at the bottom, which the kid keeps stepping on. The couple goes up to try to reserve a table, but get rejected. Iris's finger bleeds as she put the rose in Paul's corner pocket of his suit. There's a band singing, "You Make Me Wanna Shout." Too many things occurring all at once. Iris gets nauseous and tries to go to the bathroom. She almost throws up in the trash can. A female singer figures out Iris is pregnant and asks how far along she is. Iris says 1 to 2 months, but she hasn't told Paul. She fears his response. The singer says to tell Paul. The couple goes to the rooftop. Paul proposes an engagement, and Iris reveals she's pregnant. They are both ecstatic. The boy keeps playing around with the coin and eventually throws it in the air. The coin hits a fan inside of the tower. The glass at the bottom of the tower starts cracking because of an item. While everyone is dancing, Iris starts to feel something is wrong. The glass finally shatters and people fall to the ground. Lots of blood and gore. Paul is hanging on, but eventually falls as well. People try to take the stairs and they fall. People try to take the elevator and it collapses. Someone gets burned by fire. And because of the fan not working properly, an explosion tears most of the tower up. The piano starts falling and hits this lady as she falls out of the tower. The tower kills the kid. Wow, he's on the ground level and the coin goes back into the water. Iris is hanging on by his engagement ring, by Paul's engagement ring finger between 2 nails and holding on a boy named JB, and they both end up falling. She gets her mouth and head pierced. Now, Stephanie wakes up out of her premonition during class and screams. The professor wants to talk with her. Stephanie screams again, but this time during her sleep. She wakes up her roommate, and her roommate suggests she goes back home to discover what's wrong with her. Stephanie sees her dad and brother, Charlie. Stephanie drives Charlie to see their cousins. During the drive, Stephanie tells Charlie she's on academic probation due to her not functioning properly because of her nightmares. It involves Grandma Iris. They greet Uncle Howard, Aunt Brenda, and their cousins, Eric, Julia, Bobby. Stephanie keeps pressing Howard and Brenda about Iris. Stephanie wants to know where she can find him. Howard rejects Stephanie, but Brenda whispers where to find Iris's address. Stephanie drives to the woods where Iris is located behind a gated cabin. Iris lets her in and offers her a seat. Iris talks about her fighting death and that she's been fighting cancer for the last 2 months when Stephanie's premonitions start. Iris shows Stephanie the Bloodlines book, which includes every incident that occurred during the Final Destination movies. Stephanie becomes skeptical and leaves. Iris shows her everything is real by stepping outside and accepting her fate. Iris dies by a fire extinguisher exploding through her head and mouth. Stephanie screams while blood is splattered on her face. The funeral is coming. The funeral is here. Darlene, Stephanie and Charlie's mother comes back and arrives in a trailer. She hasn't seen them since 10. Stephanie isn't happy, and Charlie argues with her. Uncle Howard has a cookout with the family. Darlene brings in cookies. It has peanut butter, which Bobby is allergic to. By the time Stephanie comes over, Uncle Howard dies by a lawnmower, destroying his head. Stephanie shows the rest of the family the Bloodlines timeline and book. Basically, Iris saved over 100 people's lives, so death came for all of their bloodlines, including Stephanie's family. Iris living was preventing death from attacking the rest of her bloodline. And it goes in order. So here it goes. Iris, Howard, Eric, Julia, Bobby, Darlene, Stephanie, Charlie. Brenda and Stephanie's dad are safe. Eric almost dies by fire at a tattoo parlor. His jacket saves him. Julia dies by decapitation from a garbage truck. Her arm is grabbed by Stephanie and she screams. Brenda reveals Eric is not Howard's biological son. She had an affair while she was with Howard. Bobby is next, so the group drive to Hope River Hospital, where JB is. In Darlene's trailer, JB is revealed to be William Bloodworth. And he tells the group about one lady that defeated death. Her name is Kimberly Corman from Final Destination 2. And she defeated death by drowning in a lake and being revived by Dr. Kalarjian. Bloodworth reveals he was the kid in the Skyview story that was saved by Iris. He says that he is sick and he is going into retirement and will die after Iris's family. Bloodworth says the only two ways to defeat death is to die and be brought back to life, or take someone else's life, killing them, and live out the remaining years they have left. Eric wants to kill Bobby by consuming peanut butter, his allergy. Eric buys the food for Bobby and they enter a room where the MRI machine is. The MRI machine malfunctions and starts to absorb anything magnetic. Eric's piercings start to fly along with a rolling chair and he gets bent backwards. Bobby grabs the EpiPen from Eric to stop the allergy attack. The glass from the vending machine from outside the room breaks and one of the trays dislodges to stab Bobby in the head. Stephanie, Darlene, and Charlie decide to drive to the cabin to fight death. The penny falls out of the Bloodlines book and an elderly lady captures it. In the forest, Stephanie gets her seatbelt stuck while driving to the cabin. The trailer hits the water where she starts drowning. The cabin explodes and burns Darlene's face. She gets killed by an axe/log. Charlie tries to use a knife to cut the seatbelt while Stephanie is drowning. Stephanie goes unconscious and later on she is revived by Charlie. Stephanie dresses Charlie up for his prom with Jenny. They meet Jenny's dad, and he says that Steffi did not die. She was just unconscious, and the siblings realize death is coming back to attack. The elderly lady drops the coin out of her purse, and it hits a train track. The train goes off rail and emerges into the neighborhood where Stephanie and Charlie are and kills them. That is the full storyline, the full story from beginning to end of Final Destination 6 Bloodlines. Let me know what you think of this story from beginning to end. Wow. I saw this film last year, and like I said, you are in for a treat. Top 3 Final Destination film in the franchise. Let me know what you think about this. Thank you for watching and listening. Salute.